An unimaginable shock has finally been revealed before the international public. Jungkook, a figure long known as strong, full of dedication and always smiling to encourage millions of his fans, finally shed tears when Taehyung, or better known as V, made a decision that shook the music world, leaving BTS. A big question arose. What really happened behind the scenes that a friend as well as a groupmate could no longer hide the pain? Is this decision the consequence of internal dynamics, or rather a reflection of unseen pressures that have long been covered up? In a moment full of tension, Jungkook seemed devastated. The tears were not just an expression of ordinary sadness, but a symbol of deep shock representing millions of ARMY worldwide. It was truly hard to believe that in the long journey they always went through together, there was a crack now surfacing. Is it true that the friendship that always seemed so solid is beginning to waver due to factors not yet fully revealed? Speculation spread wildly. Some argued that Taehyung's decision was driven by personal reasons that cannot be ignored. Yet others suspected that the harsh entertainment world, with endless pressure and expectations, became the main driver of this shocking step. Jungkook, looking fragile before the public, was just one of many signs that something bigger was happening. Why was this emotional moment so sudden? Is BTS truly facing a crisis that can no longer be hidden? Every second of Jungkook's tears seemed like a statement without words. He appeared to try hiding his shock, but the mournful gaze could not lie. Does this moment not illustrate how deep the bond they built is? That the departure of a member becomes a collective wound hard to heal? Do the public truly realize how heavy the burden must be borne by each individual behind the great name of BTS? The fact that Jungkook, the one who always strengthened, finally collapsed, signals something far more serious. If Taehyung chose to step away, does it mean there is a great secret that has long been deliberately hidden? Or is this decision merely part of a strategy long planned, but never published? Why until now has the definite answer about Taehyung's reason never truly been clearly revealed? The public grew confused, even panicked. Various speculations emerged, ranging from health issues, emotional pressure, to invisible conflicts behind the stage. Yet nothing truly gave certainty. Meanwhile, every expression of Jungkook captured by cameras became real proof of how Taehyung's decision shattered the emotional stability of a friend who always seemed unshakable. Is this a sign that internal division is indeed happening? We cannot close our eyes to the fact that the entertainment industry often hides certain things to maintain image. Yet Jungkook's tears seemed like a small crack showing the human side of the global phenomenon called BTS. Behind the grand stage and bright lights, there are fragile hearts, there is real loss, and there are questions yet unanswered. Is it possible that this reality is deliberately left vague to add sensation? Or is there a painful truth not ready to be disclosed? As time passed, waves of reactions from fans continued flooding public spaces. They questioned, doubted, even refused to believe that Taehyung truly left the group. But is that refusal merely a self-defense from a reality too bitter to accept? Or are they right, that a grand fabrication is deliberately played to shake the emotions of millions of fans worldwide? The presence of Jungkook crying amid this issue further emphasized how serious the impact is. If this were merely rumor, would those tears ever fall? Or instead, is the crying also part of a narrative deliberately displayed to strengthen drama? How can the public ensure truth in the midst of such a fog of speculation? Until now, every statement, every move, and every expression of the BTS members has been monitored with extraordinary intensity. Every small detail is connected, analyzed, even exaggerated by media and fans alike. Yet behind it all, one thing is clear. Taehyung's decision to leave BTS, accompanied by Jungkook's tears, has become a great turning point shaking the global music industry. Is this the beginning of the end, or rather a step toward a new chapter even more surprising? We face a great dilemma. To believe this as bitter reality, or to believe it all is only a dramatic scenario to create emotional effect. Whatever it is, one thing is certain. This moment has left a deep mark in the hearts of millions. The biggest question still hangs. Has Taehyung truly gone? And if so, what is the true reason behind Jungkook's tears he could not hide? The shocking news of Taehyung's decision to leave BTS again became a topic of discussion, causing uproar among ARMY and the international music public. An issue that appeared so quickly, spread widely on various digital platforms, and created endless waves of speculation. Yet the fundamental question that must be asked is this event truly real, or merely a fabricated narrative deliberately built to create collective hysteria in public space? Every claim circulating, whether through TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, or several other media, seemed contradictory. On one hand, there was a narrative stating Taehyung's decision was a form of personal freedom he had long considered. Yet on the other hand, also appeared speculation that such statement was merely a media strategy arranged by certain parties. Thus, at this point the public must restrain, examine, and ask seriously, is this news born from authentic fact, or merely a shadow created to chase sensation? If we observe the pattern of similar issues in the past, there are striking similarities that cannot be ignored. Often, shocking news about major artists appears suddenly, without strong evidence, then spreads quickly through social media algorithms. This phenomenon raises deeper questions. Who benefits from such commotion? Does this information truly reflect the real condition, or is it part of a careful commercial strategy? The public deserves to question why such major information is not conveyed first through official channels, but instead spreads wildly on social media. Does this not indicate a hidden motive? Why does an issue so sensitive about Taehyung, one of the most influential figures in the global entertainment industry, emerge without credible confirmation from related parties? These questions are important to raise because truth cannot be measured only by how many accounts are discussing the issue. The emotional reactions of ARMY in various countries showed the tremendous impact of this news. Some cried, some got angry, others tried defending Taehyung's decision without hesitation. Yet behind all those reactions, we must reflect. Are we reacting to real fact, or to a narrative construction deliberately built to test the emotional loyalty of fans? Is this hysteria born of truth, or just psychological manipulation aiming to keep public attention locked on BTS and its surrounding issues? In this context lies the importance of skepticism. A critical stance is not betrayal, but a necessity in an era of information full of manipulation. We must dare to question every piece of news, every circulating video, every appearing article, even every testimony sounding convincing. Do they all truly reflect reality? Or are they merely fragments of a grand scenario driven by unseen interests? It must be reiterated that sources of information about this issue are varied, from TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, to other media. Yet, can we trust all that validity without deep verification? Is it not too naive if we directly accept it as absolute truth just because many are talking about it? This is precisely the core problem. The larger the wave of unverified information, the greater the potential the public is trapped in a vortex of collective falsehood. It also cannot be ignored that this issue appears at a time when the global entertainment industry is undergoing major transition. Shifts in power structures, competition among entertainment companies, to dynamics between artists and management, all become factors that may trigger the birth of sensational rumors. Thus, does the news about Taehyung truly reflect a personal decision, or rather a product of broader industry competition? Another question we must reflect on. Why is a figure like Taehyung, with undeniable popularity, the main target of such issues? Is it because his popularity can generate the greatest emotional reaction among ARMY? Or is there a further intent to create a narrative of internal conflict that can prolong public attention? If so, who truly controls this storyline? While the public debates the authenticity of this news, the actors behind the scenes may be enjoying benefits from the uproar. Global attention locked on this issue can become huge capital, both economically and culturally politically. Thus, once more we must ask, are we as consumers of information being used to play roles in a grand drama created by the entertainment industry? Ironically, the more the public reacts emotionally, the bigger the viral impact created. Yet do we realize that our reactions themselves may be the main fuel keeping this issue burning? Are we willing to be instruments in a scenario we ourselves do not understand the root of truth? Or do we instead choose to remain critical, keep distance, and demand real evidence before getting trapped in a current of mass manipulation. The power of social media in shaping public perception is undeniable. Yet that power also brings serious risks. The birth of hoaxes, misinformation, and blinding sensationalism. If we cannot be reflective, we will become victims of information flows created not to reveal truth, but to control opinion. The urgent question we must raise: will we continue letting ourselves be controlled by narratives possibly false, or will we begin building critical resilience against every incoming piece of information? At the end of this discussion, let us reaffirm that true truth never comes from panic, but from verification and reflection. Has Taehyung truly left BTS? Are the reasons mentioned truly in line with reality, or merely media fabrication? None of us can answer this question with certainty without authentic proof. Yet we all can choose to remain alert, critical, and not easily swept by the game of sensation. So, to readers and ARMY worldwide, we pose the final question: do you truly believe what you see and hear today is pure truth? Or is it merely part of a grand fabrication created to test your emotional loyalty? The choice is in your hands, either to believe easily, or to think critically and demand the real truth.